welcome back. I am really excited to share with you today's video. I feel like especially during pregnancy and homeschooling, I have put out a lot of pregnancy and homeschooling content. And so I wanted to sit down today and just share with you guys one of my favorite videos to make, and that is some books that I have been reading lately that I have found super encouraging. These are all Christian authors. The one set of books that I have is based off of just like a homeschooling Charlotte Mason thing, and so that's a little separate. But all of the other books that I'm sharing with you guys are Christian authors that they will give you encouragement and hopefully just spur you on in this journey of motherhood wherever you're at. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Let's go ahead and jump on it. My name's Jaimie if you're new. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some books that I have been loving. Jumping on in, the first book that I have been reading, my husband actually gifted this book to me. I had been listening to their podcast for probably over a year, and this is called Risen Motherhood, Gospel Hope for Everyday Moments. This is by Emily Jensen and Laura Wiffler, and they are the founders of the Risen Motherhood podcast. This is so good, you guys. I can't tell you just the depth of the questions and the thoughts in this book. I just have been very encouraged and very surprised by this book and how much it has spoke to me on a heart level with hard things, hard topics, things that we deal with as moms. One thing that I specifically took, I'm still reading through this book, but one thing that I really took from this book is the fact that she shares, I don't know if it's Laura or if it's Emily, but one of them shares about how we can view certain parts of our life as throwaway seasons. And instead of really intentionally pushing into those seasons and pulling out what God has for us, we can view it as like a throwaway season. And that spoke to me a lot in this season of being pregnant with our fifth. It's a surprise pregnancy. I've been very sick. And honestly, I've just been looking forward to not being pregnant anymore. I've been like, okay, when I'm not pregnant anymore, when I'm done being postpartum, when this baby comes. And it really kind of just spoke to my soul in the sense of, there is still life to be lived in this season. There is still God moving. You still have children and a husband and places to pour into and work that God's calling you to do even in this season. So this is not a full review of the book. I won't go into any more detail. But Risen Motherhood, this is definitely one of my favorites, and I have been reading this a lot lately. The next book that I am reading, that I'm still reading, I've shared with you guys before, is A Life-Giving Parent from Clay and Sally Clarkson, Giving Your Child a Life Worth Living for Christ. I started reading this book last fall, probably about a year ago. I set it down and I just didn't get back to it. I'm the person that is like, this book looks great, I'm gonna read it, and I'll read a couple chapters and I'll set it down. Then I'll get this one. So something that I am intentionally wanting to work on moving forward is finishing a book, because you can't just have half a conversation with someone, right? You got to get the whole thing. And so The Life-Giving Parent has been encouraging for me. It's been inspiring for my husband and I love Clay and Sally Clarkson. I love everything they put out. They're really solid Christian people, and they have a lot of wisdom. The next book is called Pressing Pause. It's from Karen Amen and Ruth Schwenk. I'm really sorry if I'm saying those names wrong. This is 100 Quiet Moments for Moms to Meet with Jesus. Now this is more of a devotional style. This has 100 little moments for you to kind of just take away out of your day. I got this book because I wanted to have something during the day that I could turn to that wasn't my phone, if I'm being honest. I wanted something that I could read that would encourage me, that would give me something else to think about, and that would turn me towards the gospel, that would turn me towards Jesus, and help to encourage me and spur me on in my work as a mom and as a wife. And so I've really been enjoying this book. If you're wanting something small that you can just pick up, I've really been enjoying this. This next book is None Like Him from Jen Wilkin. This was gifted to me by my neighbor and friend, and it came at just the right time. This book has been such a breath of fresh air to me. This book is not just for homeschool moms, it's for any woman that is wanting to learn more about Christ and be more like him. This book breaks down all of the ways that God is different from us and why that's a good thing. And there is a lot to take from this book. I have not completed it. I'm about a third of the way through, and it is rocking my world. So None Like Him by Jen Wilkin. This next book I've shared on my channel multiple times, and I have read it multiple times, and your girl's reading it again because I just need I need to continue to fill my mind with truth as we start out this new homeschool year. This is a good old one, Teaching from Rest, A Homeschooler's Guide to Unshakable Peace from Sarah Mackenzie. If you are a homeschooling mom, you've probably read this book. I know you probably have. If you haven't, you need to, and you need to just keep it in your bedside so you can continue to look at it and continue to just be reminded of those truths. This book gives me encouragement. It's like having a best friend that's a homeschooling mom that's been there before, and she is just a solid Christian and is speaking truth to you. Teaching from Rest, such a good one. And the last set of books that I've been reading really is more based on homeschooling, and these are the Charlotte Mason topics. I may have shared these as well. I just got these from Amazon, and I know Amazon sometimes will print their books themselves, so I'm not sure if the title, I'm not sure if the covers will look different depending on where you get it, but these are all based on certain topics, on things that Charlotte Mason has shared on these topics. So the first book is Habits, the second book is The Outdoor Life of Children, and then the third is Ideas in Books. If you've never looked into the Charlotte Mason approach of homeschooling, I feel like it resonates a lot with me. When I read what she writes, I'm like, yes. There is structure, but there is also this wonder and beauty and awe of childhood as well. And so I really do enjoy these books. All right, ladies, so those are the books that are currently inspiring me and I'm reading through right now. Some I've read before and I'm rereading, and some that I am just reading right now. If you have encouraging books on motherhood or homeschooling or just being a woman in Christ, please comment down below and share those. We would love to get ideas from you and recommendations. Thank you guys all for joining me today. I hope that you're doing well, and I'll see you guys in the next one.